All right, what's up, you guys? I'm going to do a review on the Butcher Box. I'm going to go over kind of really two quick main areas to kind of talk about. One, do I think it's worth it in 2020 when you consider the cost, and why did someone like me purchase it? I don't have like just money to burn. What was my reasoning, and what was my personal opinion about picking it up, and as far as do I think it's worth the value? The second thing is I'm just going to talk about some big ways to kind of save money using the Butcher Box, which is important to me. I mean, if I was getting just for buying it for the purity of steaks, I don't know if I would do that because it would be fairly expensive, but I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about why I purchased it and how I look at it as a way of some way of looking at a way of saving money and also getting, good quality meat delivered to the house. So I'm going to do so, as you guys can see, just looking at the website. First and foremost, one of the biggest things, since it's looking at us right in the face right now as you watch this video, and I know I kind of said I was going to mention this at the end, but I'll mention it right now. Some ways to kind of save money right off the bat is they put promotions out there where you can get a certain thing add-on that's going to be with you for the life of the product. So right now you can get free ground beef for life. Basically, this is what I did when I first bought it. It was 2 pounds of ground beef for the life of your membership. And this is a big deal because once and I guess I'll jump back a second and say this, the rationale why I picked it up in the first place, once all the lockdown stuff kind of happened, it was kind of hard to get a hold of meat, and food insecurity is kind of a real thing. A lot of people like me and in my community were kind of jumping to like co-ops and things like that, where you were getting good quality meat that was coming from a farm. It was, again, kind of the same idea. It really wasn't any more, it was expensive. Basically, yeah, you could still go to like Walmart or like an Aldi and get like cheap meat, but I wanted to make sure I had guaranteed meat. Because at the time, there was meat that was like, the only meat that was in the shelves for a certain period of time was like the really, really expensive stuff. So it was important to me to have like, in the future, and I guess they're even anticipating it in the future now, where meat may or may not be available. So it was cool with Butcher Box that you're kind of guaranteed this subscription. So when all that stuff was happening, Butcher Box was closing memberships you couldn't open. They're obviously open now, but who knows what the future will bring. But I like the fact that they were guaranteeing the subscriptions to people. That was kind of what their shtick. And even their add-on products were still being guaranteed, which is, again, another added bonus. So that's for me what maybe make the switch. Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with this, some of the things you can do is you get different options of what kind of box you want to put together. They have like the mixed box, which you can see it's like basically roughly 11 pounds. It's kind of preset as far as like the random cuts. I guess they must vary week to week. It's $129 a month. And they give you this price per meal. I mean, I don't really go by that too much. I just look at I wanted the value as far as like the poundage. And I got a big family, so that's kind of what I was looking at. This is cool if you want to like mix it up a bit, but I'm looking at value. I think the value to me goes with the custom box, where you can select exactly what you want. And there's really kind of two box options. You have the first custom box is 9 to 14 pounds, give or take, and what meat cuts you select. And I'm going to personally show you exactly what cuts I selected that I think were a good value in general. Kind of show you what I was working with. And that, just to kind of scroll down, they have basically the classic box, and then you have the big box, which is $270. So you can see it's a better value. You're saving a little bit of money that way. So for me, if you consume a lot of meat, or if you have a big family like myself, I got a bunch of kids and my wife. So to me, I want to make sure I had some meat coming in. Does that mean I'm never going to buy meat at like the grocery store and get some cheaper cuts? Yeah, I'm still going to be doing that depending on how much meat we go through, but I like that I have this guaranteed good quality meat coming to the house. And that's part of the reason why I bought it too. It's not like that I have just money to burn and I just want to paying for this luxury item. I looked at it as like food security in one sense, and maybe that's extreme. But the other thing is I just like the idea of getting some quality ingredients, some quality meat. I think the value, nutritional value, and the bang for your buck you get as far as nutrition from meat is really good. So I also like the idea that the animals are being taken care of. Again, with that, you're going to get better quality in general. So it's a win-win in all those facets. And if you do break it down, there's videos showing that the point is, for the value, if you were buying this meat in the grocery store, it would be the same. And when I was buying those co-op things, they're all roughly the same. It was like $100-something a month. I had to go to the location and pick it up, but I was getting about the same amount of meat. And I'll show you guys a picture in a second, maybe at the end, and I'll just give you a snapshot. I didn't want to unload all my meat up here. It might sound weird, but anyways, you're gonna have you're gonna need a deep freezer if you don't have that much space in your freezer. So that's a whole nother story. Get a deep freezer if you're gonna get the big box. But now I'm just gonna show you exactly what I ordered in my order, and then I'll kind of go over why I picked those things. All right, so this is my account right here, what you guys are seeing me logging into, as far as like this is what I got the last month, and this is kind of what's anticipated to come the next month. And this is basically what I bought. So if you guys look and see what I did, I'm mostly looking at per pound. These are the kind of cuts that are like the big pounds. Basically, it'll give you the most amount of like meat for your buck, basically. So that's why you don't see things like the steaks or like ribeyes. That stuff would be awesome, but I know it's just going to eat up on the cost of that, and they're fairly expensive. They're definitely good quality. I wanted to get a mix of the meat, so I got pork, chicken, beef, and then I got some fish in there too. There's some other stuff like I think scallops, maybe shrimp. I don't know, maybe there's shrimp. But the point is, there's a variety of stuff you can pick from. You can make this cheaper if you really wanted to by going to some of the bigger cuts and just like loading up on that. You get the picks. I think you get 12 options of what you picked. This wasn't the cheapest thing, but it's stuff I know my family's going to eat, which is why I picked it. And you know, like stuff like the salmon, yeah, that's kind of an expensive item, but this was pretty good for what like you're gonna get in the store, especially for the quality. I'm going specifics of the quality. If you go to the website, you can just see that all these things, especially the beef, it's all grass fed. I actually sometimes prefer grain fed. Which, a little side note, I actually tried their ground beef, which was part of that like added bonus that I got, like the ground beef for life, which I actually picked up on that deal, which I said I was gonna mention in a second. I tried that was good. Sometimes some all grass-fed ground beef tastes a little gamier. This had none of that whatsoever, so that was really good. As I was saying, my wife and my kids love salmon. To me, this is kind of a more expensive thing. But with fish, I don't like cheating with fish. Fish is one of those things that, with meat too, but fish, I think you notice it more. If it's like bad quality fish, it has a real fishy smell. This had none of that. Because I tried the salmon, we also tried the cod. The cod was one of those things. I might take that out. That was more for me. Just kind of want to try some. I wanted a fish option, and again, if I'm getting fish, I want to get high quality fish, and it didn't taste fishy whatsoever. It was great. So that's, if anything, I might change is that. But you can see that I got basically cheaper cuts like chicken. You can always get like these are thighs and drumsticks are always cheap even in the grocery store. So, but again, this is coming from like free range chicken, so that's a plus. So I got some of those. Retrospect, I guess I could have just got another whole chicken to make it cheaper, but I got bone-in pork butt, the chuck roast, this bottom round roast, those, and even this pork sirloin roast. These things especially, you can go online, and I've made these things a number of times, and they're, for the price you get, they're pretty easy. They're really good stuff. I mean, if you have like an Instant Pot or slow cooker, there's a variety, but just in your oven for a long period of time. These are good underrated cuts of meat that, in my opinion, again, you're getting a powerhouse as far as full of calories. So if you want to get something to feed your family, I think these are always a good option. But this is what I picked as far as I think it's a good money-saving box. And again, if you make it really simple, you can pick what you want as far as the 12 items if you're getting the big box. But I just look for the actual pounds I'm getting as far as breaking it down. So as far as like the quality is there, I think the value is there. This is the same price. This is what you'd pay for this type of stuff in the store. I just like that it's getting shipped directly to my house. So even though I loved going to the co-op and supporting the local farms, I think in some way I'm kind of doing that. Except now it's just getting shipped directly to my house. Granted, I'm probably paying like $10 or so, a little bit more. But I like the idea that it's kind of locked in. I can kind of keep that kind of, essentially have that food security in a sense. And then the extra, I did have a promo code down below. I didn't do this with a promo code. The point is, if you want to get, there's like $15 off if you share your promo code. So whether if you sign up, you can start doing that. But there's a promo code down below if you guys are curious about using that. I don't know if you can combine it, but regardless, I would take advantage, as you guys saw at the start of this video, of the and actually as I'm talking now, I'll throw up the picture of my food that I got so you can kind of see it laid out just on the ground next to my deep freezer. But I would take advantage of the free meat or the free whatever ground beef for life. That's a crazy good value. That is, that's awesome. So that's just free. They don't always offer that too, because this is what was happening. I was actually holding out. I was going to change my mind and get the butcher box instead of the co-op that I was using for like a month, and I kept checking, and they were giving me these promo deals about like if it's your first time picking up the order that you can get some sort of like one-off like added bonus that wouldn't be reoccurring. And they just started doing this again last week. Like I thought it was one day, it was like on a Sunday, then they stopped it. So now they have it right now. So if you're watching this, I would definitely take advantage of it if you're a new customer, or hold out until this is available. So that's something else. If you jumped down and got off, then I guess you can't use that discount code unless there's some sort of email thing you can do. Otherwise, I have that promo code down below that could help. Whatever, it's $15 off, then you support me. You give me $15. again, it's not my motivation doing the video. My motivation is, again, it's something cool. It took me a while to kind of pull the trigger. Hopefully this helps you guys think about some stuff. Any questions or comments about anything about this butcher box as far as the value, let me know. It's good meat, it's good quality, it's delivered to your house. I think a pretty good deal for the actual price you get. So that's it, and thanks for watching.